Boy, are you in for a treat today. I often get asked these types of questions. What's selling on the marketplace right now? What price point is selling? What do we put into the bump? What price point is selling on the funnel? What kind of product is selling on the funnel? What is a bundle? And all these sort of questions get fired at me all the time. Hey, I'm Paula-Maree. I'm a JV manager on JVZoo and WarriorPlus. I light a fire under your launch. And if you want to know more about how you can do that and work with me, then head on down to my description underneath here. But in today's video, I'm going to answer some questions. These burning questions. So question number one is, what is the hottest selling price point on WarriorPlus at the moment? That in 2025, mind you, because price points have changed a lot over the years. $9.95 used to sell really well, $12.97, $14.95, $17.97, $17, $27. Now, which one is it? These days in 2025, and yes, I am the holder of having the highest revenue launch on WarriorPlus and every single launch that I represent. And you will see now, if you head over to WarriorPlus, that all the latest offers are information-based products with AI, because of course we need to bring it into the future of what's happening with AI. So all of the information products now have an AI element incorporated inside of them. Is drum roll, $17.97. Now don't ask me why 97 cents on the end of that, but it's probably like a psychology thing or something. But yes, $17.97 is working superbly on the front end with the price point. Now, the bump. Let's go on to the bump. Now, quite a few different price points can work on the bump, but let's be honest, this is just essentially 2 lines of text. It is not a sales letter. There's no VSL video, there's none of that sort of stuff. It is just a tick box, as you can see here in this image. It is just a tick box. So you've really got to get the wording around this right. And what I find is that people really don't think twice about this, and I've had this converting consistently over many different launches, and it sells really well at $9.97. Now, what this does is the combination of $17.97 and $9.97 actually helps to create a great average order value in EPCs and actually puts a decent amount of income immediately into the affiliate's pocket, which is what it's all about at the end of the day. I do recommend paying 100% commissions on the front end and the bump. But yes, $17.97 on the front end, the bump at $9.97. And yes, there's a theme going here with the sevens. It does seem to be the sort of like hot pricing at the moment. We've tested other prices and they don't go as well, to be honest. And as soon as you sort of head down to $9.95, you're attracting people who think that money's going to rain from the sky, and they seem a lot more less, they don't have any money. So let's face it, we don't want to go there. We just want to get to that point where they have money and they're likely to spend and invest in themselves and their businesses, so forth and so on. We want a higher quality of lead. So yes, in the bump, $9.97, what works well there is a case study or something that you're giving them an extra edge or a secret to. And essentially, this doesn't actually need to be like a full-blown course in itself. It is just a video with insight into exactly what's happening behind the scenes. And that's what I found has sold like hotcakes. So anything that they can get insight into. Also, it's great from the vendor side because it means then that you're actually showing some proven results. and also gives you an opportunity to connect even further with your buyer, so forth and so on. Right, onto OTO1. So yes, if you can get this right, you can actually have a $197 price point in here. And what I found that's worked really well here is that you can offer a 2-part pay as an exit pop-up, or even as a downsell on this. You can offer it at a 2-part pay. So that does work really well, but really this product has to be bang on in order for the 197 to be a no-brainer. And it can be in addition to the business. Typically, if the buyer has purchased the front end, they're really just wanting the supersized version of that front end in OTO1. So I have also found that $67 is actually a great price point here, and you'll notice here that we drop the cents, so it goes to $0 as soon as we hit OTO, any of those funnel prices. They're all, $67 flat, $97 flat, $197 flat. So yeah, those are the price points there. So done for you works really well. If there is an element that you can give them exactly what they've just purchased on the front end, but supersize it. So the 197 actually works great if you're giving them access to something that is going to give them high ticket sales. So there's a little winner for you. Cha-ching! So that's OTO1. If it's just done for you, you could start at 97. You can do a downsell at 67. I like to do no downsell and no exit pop-up on OTO1. Now, the reason why I prefer to do nothing there is that I don't want to set the tone for the rest of the upsells. You can bring out the downsell in OTO2. Okay, onto OTO2. Now, this is where buyers do start to get buyer fatigue. And unless you've already won them over with a wowee offer, you can start losing their interest here. So OTO2 really needs to make sense. It needs to be something that they can't live without, or they don't believe that they'll have success unless they get this. So it can be 10xing the outcome. It could be also a mentoring session, like a 6-week sprint or something like that. Those are the sort of things that I would be looking at putting into OTO2. So you want to make sure it could be an AI bot. It can be a whole set of tools that are basically going to, all the tools that you secretly use in your business that prop it up, that get results, that give you the edge, all that sort of stuff. It could be all those tools and you've packaged them. Anything like that that's going to help with automation, that's going to 10x or 20x or 50x or 100x their outcome with this needs to be in their OTO2 slot. And you've really got to get this right, because you don't want to lose them. You want to keep them going through the funnel. Now, in terms of the price point, you could go 197 here. You can go 97 here. You could do a big drop down to 47. Or you could do a 97 and then you can have a downsell that goes to 47, and you can say, today, I hear you. You're watching your pennies on the downsell. I'm going to give you 50% off. So that's like very, very chunky. And then you can sell it at 47, so forth and so on. OTO3. Now, yes, this can be some personal coaching, all that sort of jazz. Or you could just go straight to the reseller rights here. It really has got to make sense at this point that they want to get this. So It could be agency rights. It could be you're white labeling something. It could be that you're giving them reseller rights here, and you're also giving them everything that they need to be able to have success there. Now, in terms of pricing, depending what it is, this can also be coaching. You could do one-on-one coaching for 4 weeks. You could say, get into my mastermind here, and then you might be selling that at 97 or 197 or 147, that sort of thing at this point. So you could do coaching, and then you could go OTO 4, which will be the last one, could be the reseller rights, which I find does sell really well there, especially if you keep to the whole process of not recruiting affiliates that have a score of under 25. So really you want those guys to come in under your wing, so they buy the reseller rights to get access, and also of course you're giving them 100% commissions, so they take all of the money. So that is the value of that reseller rights. Alrighty, so yes, that answers those questions there. So I do get asked that a lot about the pricing, about the funnel, about the structure, and what's working on WarriorPlus. Now that's WarriorPlus. Now JVZoo is a whole nother kettle of fish. So what I'm going to do in my next video that I'm going to release on here, which you'll probably see tomorrow or the next day, is on JVZoo. So look that one up, because that is completely different. The entry level price there on JVZoo is $39, and boy, do I have some secrets to share with you then. In the meantime, if you haven't jumped onto my JV list, head on over to paula-maree.com/JV-list. I'll put the link down below. If you are looking to create a course and you don't have a course and you want to create a course, I do have a awesome product. You can head on over to coursecreationwarrior.com and buy it. It uses AI to get a course up and running within 14 days. And you'll notice that you'll also go into a funnel. So do follow through on the funnel. You might see some things in there that you want to purchase. I do have my Launch Advantage community. I've been blessed. I do have 3 people inside of my Launch Advantage community that actually have products that I'm launching with them over this year, which I'm super excited about. They are my students, and I have been working with them on a weekly basis, and I would love to have you join us there. My idea there with the Launch Advantage community is to actually build up a community of newbie course creators who are affiliates, and also creating courses on how they've found success as an affiliate, launching them on the marketplace, and then they're supporting each other within my community. Hence the name Launch Advantage, because it is a Launch Advantage. Alrighty, until next time, make sure you subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.